What's going on, guys? Recon Jack here, bringing you my Week 1 RBL battle against the Pittsburgh Sphealers, coached by Aubrey. His team consisted of Latias, Azumarill, Mega Manectric, Crobat, Roserade, Emboar, Seismitoad, Dusknoir, Zangoose, Steelix, Xatu, and Bronzong. Uh, Obviously, if you look behind the text, you can see that he brought the Roserade, Mega Manectric, Bronzong, Latias, Azumarill, and Crobat. But prior to me knowing this, I had to really look at his team and prepare for what I thought he might bring. Surprised that I didn't see the Emboar here. That thing really punched holes in my team. Bronzong was also something that I thought I might have to watch out for that he ended up not bringing. I guess it is a bit passive of a mon to bring against my team. He did end up bringing his Volt Turn Core of Crobat and Mega Manectric, and that's actually pretty scary. Two mons that naturally outspeed my entire team. I'm gonna put up what I brought. Obviously, bringing the Durant. This was my main way to deal with his mons that were naturally outspeeding. I didn't really want to bring a Scarf mon. I prefer coverage when I can get it. Scarf doesn't really allow for me to switch up my moves, so I figured Speed Pass would be pretty beneficial in this matchup. The Durant also had the X Scissor and the Iron Head. Clearly, with this matchup, I feel like I'd be pressing X Scissor a lot more than Iron Head, but Iron Head can still hit the Crobat. It can still hit the Azumarill. And I'm looking at his team again, and he did bring the Bronzong, so I'm retarded. Anyways, my second mon that I brought was Aladdin, the Azelf. He was my dedicated lead, rocking that Focus Sash. He had Psychic, Shadow Ball, and what was the other fucking move that he had? We will get to that in a second. We'll move on for now to Mega Ampharos. Oh, before I do that, the fourth move on the Azelf was the Energy Ball. So Mega Ampharos, just a standard set with T-Bolt, Volt Switch, Dragon Pulse. I did pack the Toxic just in case I had to get into like a stally kind of situation. Not much on his team. I don't think he could really stall me out with anything on his team, but Toxic could be useful on the Dusknoir. It could be useful on the Seismitoad if I predict a switch although he didn't bring either of those two mons, so Toxic really wouldn't do much this match for me anyways. This Pokemon was EV'd specifically to outspeed the Latias after a Speed Pass from Durant. Crobat and Mega Manectric would still outspeed, but those two mons don't really do much to Mega Ampharos, so I wasn't too worried about that. My next mon was the Police Girl Nidoqueen. This Life Orb Sheer Force with just four attacking moves. I was packing the Sludge Wave, the Earth Power, Ice Beam, and Shadow Ball. This was one of the mons that I was really hoping to pass the agility from Durant to, and this Pokemon would really dent a hole in Aubrey's team. Nothing on his team wants to take any of the moves that Nidoqueen was packing. This Pokemon was EV to outspeed his entire team after that agility pass, and then the rest of the EV points were dumped into HP, obviously with a 252 EVs in special attack with a modest nature. Then we got Nagini, the Superior, This is a standard contrary set, Leaf Storm with Dragon Pulse. I was also rocking the Glare and Substitute. I figured if I could get behind a sub, and he didn't have, I'm pretty sure Crobat gets Infiltrator, but I could potentially get a Glare off on that. I could also get a Glare off on Latias if necessary. Also a Azumarill if it belly drums up. I could try to test the Tax Gods out, put some Yellow Magic on that thing, and hopefully it doesn't body my entire team. My last mon is Soak Zone, the Manaphy. Standard is standard, obviously. Tail Glow plus 3 attacks. Your standard attacks too, just Surf, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball. Really trying to speed pass to Manaphy. I didn't want to fuck around with Manaphy, so I dumped 252 points into speed and special attack. Just in case he had a Scarf mon, I made sure that I'd be outspeeding whatever he brought that was Scarfed. If I can get a Tail Glow off with Manaphy, then with speed, that's pretty much game over. So the goal is to either get speed to Nidoqueen and or Manaphy. Mega Ampharos in the back can also grab some of that speed if necessary. Really trying to get rocks up here to break any potential sashes, so my Nidoqueen and Manaphy have the best chance of sweeping his team. And we're just going to hop into the battle here. I unfortunately was not able to do a live comm because I was playing on mobile, but this was a pretty fast game, and I think I'll be able to narrate what was going through my head at the time for each play. It's pretty simple and straightforward, so let's hop into this right now. I'm going to lead off with my Aladdin, the Azelf, and he just leads off with his Crobat. Obviously, well, when I first saw this, I really wanted to click Psychic, but then I was like, wait, that's part of his Volt Turn core right here. He's probably just going to U-turn out, see if I switch out, or if I stay in, I'm probably going to take around half from that U-turn since it is super effective, which does end up happening. I don't click Psychic because I'm pretty sure he'll either just switch into Bronzong or Latias to take it. So I'm just going to go straight for my rocks, which turns out to be the right play because he brings in his Bronzong. That's fine. Now I'm just going to try to get damage off on it. As he does set up his own rocks, I get off a nice 40% with a Shadow Ball, and I'm going to get a crit Shadow Ball here. First crit of the game, as he knocks me out with a Gyro Ball. And this is fine because Bronzong is the perfect mon for my Durant to set up on. So I'm going to bring in Durant here, and I'm going to get a Agility off as he goes for the Earthquake. The Earthquake he does end up critting me with, and he gets around 40% himself. Here, I really wanted to pass into something that I knew could take a Gyro Ball or an Earthquake, and that would be Manaphy. I was debating about this for a few minutes, but I knew I didn't want Nidoqueen to take the go here, and this is looking perfect because Manaphy can set up on his Bronzong as well and set up that Tail Glow that I was looking to get up as soon as possible just to get that early sweep. And I Tail Glow up, and pretty much here I just button mash. He misses his Toxic, which is unfortunate. I'm recovering leftovers, and that Toxic definitely would have worn me down, and he might have potentially been able to knock my Manaphy out at some point as the Toxic racked up damage. Unfortunately for him, that's not the case. I do get a crit here against his Azumarill with the Energy Ball. He did have a slight chance to live that hit. I'm pretty sure I needed either a mid to high roll in order to kill his Azumarill. If I had gotten a low roll, he would have lived. I think min damage is 83% with against Assault Vest Azumarill, which he was. But I do end up getting that 88% that I needed. I did have a chance to kill without the crit, but with the crit, unfortunately for Aubrey, I do get the kill, and then I just Ice Beam against his Roserade. I'm just going to Surf here as he gets an Intimidate off with his Mega Manectric, but there's nothing much he can do at this point. Manaphy with a Tail Glow and speed is really a force to be reckoned with. I don't think he really prepped for that, for speed passing. As I said before, it was something that I felt like I needed to do in order to have the best chance to win. Primarily because he did bring 3 Mons with a speed of either 110 or higher, that being the Latias, the Mega Manectric, and the Crobat. As you can see, my fastest Mon naturally was my Superior with a, I think it's base 113 speed, I want to say, which outspeeds the Latias, but falls easy prey to a Overheat from Mega Manectric or a Brave Bird from Crobat. So I did what I had to do in order to have the best chances of winning. I did end up getting that nice sweep with Manaphy, and I picked up a 5-0 victory against Aubrey in week 1. It was a good game. There were hacks on both sides. The toxic miss was unfortunate, and but that's just kind of the game that we play. We know that there's a chance to miss, but we use those moves because they offer the best chances of doing what we need them to do when they do work. Unfortunately, this wasn't one of those times for him. He's got a great team, man. I know. I'm interested to see how you perform in week 2 in the weeks to come. Got a scary fast team, man. I'm pretty interested to see how it ends up working out for you. Good luck to everybody else in their week 1 matches, and for now, this is Recon Jack signing off.